I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and today I'm going to be talking about these sweet new headphones I received from our friends at Massdrop. They're a company that partners with brands to make amazing products at unbeatable prices. Specifically, these are their cool new collaboration with Sennheiser, and they're called the PC37X gaming headphones. As a gamer on YouTube, it's very important for me to have a proper set of headphones so I can be aware of my surroundings in a game while also needing a decent mic for communication. The great thing about these headphones is that I get both superb sound quality and a microphone that can actually reduce background noise for that crystal clear communication. Now, I'm an accident prone person, but I feel super secure with these headphones on. The cord is a very durable braided cable, and it's an open back headphone, which means even with the headphones on, I can still hear someone talking to me. Now, let's talk about comfort, because there's nothing worse than getting an earache or that weird pain on top of your head from headphones causing friction. And with the PC37X, you actually start to forget that it's even there. It's so lightweight and the cushioning makes you feel like your head is in a cloud. We also get this incredible mic side attachment that has features of its own. When you move the mic from the upper position down to where you need it to be for communicating, you'll hear a small kind of clicking noise, and that actually turns the mic on automatically. I mean, how cool is that? Oh, and I almost forgot my favorite part, the volume side control. It's a little wheel so you can turn those haters down. It's not just me that loves them either. They have over 10,000 purchases and a near 5-star score. Trust me on this, if you're in the market for a tremendous pair of high quality headphones, you have to get your hands on the PC37X. Also, sign up for a free Massdrop account using the link in the description below, and you'll get $10 discount off the PC37X. Now let's get to today's list of the top 10 scariest symbiotes part 2. In at number 10, the Poisons. This is a terrifying race of symbiotes that come to us in a 2017 Venomverse event. Their leader is none other than a turned Thanos, and the Poisons were first discovered by an alternate universe version of Doctor Strange, and they were actually given the capability for interdimensional travel by a poison Doctor Doom. These scary symbiotes are a predatory alien that actually feeds off of Clintar symbiotes and are able to disguise themselves to attract prey by looking like friends of loved ones, which is just sadistic. Number 9, AntiVenom. This next scary symbiote may look horrific, but AntiVenom is actually known to be a healer of sorts. And after Eddie Brock was diagnosed with adrenal cancer, the Venom suit was the only thing keeping him alive. Wanting to die with some sort of dignity, he decided to get rid of the suit. At around the same time he was working for a food bank, the owner, Mr. Lee, said he could rid Eddie Brock of his cancer. What he didn't know was that Mr. Lee wasn't who he said he was. He secretly was a supervillain known as Mr. Negative, and once he had control of the symbiote, his powers mixed with it. When the symbiote finally returned to Eddie, he was transformed into AntiVenom. And here's the scary part, he was immune to Venom's normal weaknesses, including sound, fire, and heat-based attacks. Number 8, Bizarrenage. Bizarrenage, a cross between DC's Bizarro and Marvel's Carnage. What's Bizarro is how this scary symbiote came together. In 1996, Marvel and DC decided to do a crossover that included a crazy storyline where Spectre from DC merged with the Living Tribunal of Marvel. This merging affected everything, creating a whole new universe called Amalgam. I'm guessing that's short for amalgamation, but who knows. This saw the mix of both heroes and villains throughout both universes and led to the white mummy lookalike that we see here. This jagged and inverted coloring of Venom makes this combo one scary symbiote. Number 7, Dreadface. Also known as the symbiote who was born to cause chaos, this monstrosity begins as a combination of a gorilla and the symbiote itself. With the Clintar being a mostly non-violent bunch, this symbiote breaks the chain of command. But I'm sure if you were kept in a cube aboard the ship of a villain by the name of the Devastator, you'd be mad too. And after fighting with the Fantastic Four and even taking Ben Grimm and the Human Torch as a host, just for a while, Dreadface explains his origins. He even announces that he has been traveling from world to world in order to seek the greatest warriors, to pair with them and cause untold devastation. Number 6, Lasher. This scary symbiote gets its name from the tentacles attached to his back that it uses to lash out at its opponents. First created by the Life Foundation, which turned out to be an evil corporation hell-bent on making sure that the rich survived a potential apocalypse from the Cold War, this symbiote was meant to be part of a superhuman police force used to protect the rich. The Life Foundation kidnapped Venom and extracted 5 symbiote seeds to achieve this goal. And after Lasher's host was killed, the symbiote then bonded with the others to become hybrid. And even after the US Army was able to separate them, he bonded yet again with a trained German Shepherd, also known as War Dog. Number 5. Ultimate Venom. Now in part 1 we listed Venom at number 10 for the scariest symbiotes, but now we have something bigger and badder. I mean, just imagine seeing this in a dark alleyway. Ultimate Venom came as a result of a scientific experiment gone horribly wrong. While Peter Parker and Eddie Brock's fathers were working together on Project Venom, they were hoping to create a symbiotic biosuit that could potentially be used for good and eventually cure all illnesses. When the experiment went wrong, both Peter and Eddie's fathers were killed, and we see a clear separation from them as regards to the use of the symbiotic suit. While Peter chose to reject the seemingly out of control and violence, Eddie decided to embrace the cannibalistic carnage, thus becoming Ultimate Venom. Number 4. Mayhem. She stands to be a daunting foe for anyone, and yeah, you heard me right, she. Mayhem is a mix of Spider-Girl and a symbiote that resulted in the first ever human symbiote hybrid. She has the strength of both Spider-Girl and a symbiote with absolutely none of the same weaknesses. However, this story is much deeper than just that. In an issue of What If back in 1998, we learned that Norman Osborn had kidnapped Mary Jane and Peter Parker's baby that was believed to be a miscarriage at the time. It turns out that Osborn had created a clone of baby May Parker and manipulated her DNA with a symbiote. She then was named April Parker, aka Mayhem. Number 3. Cron Stone. This symbiote comes to us from Venom 2099 in the far, far future, where Spider-Man is a kid called Miguel O'Hara, and his half-brother is known as Cron Stone. Cron is a bit of an evil, demented, and some would say spoiled brat because his also evil father is the executive vice president of the all-powerful Alchemax Corporation. Cron becomes Venom 2099 after killing Punisher 2099's family on his father's orders. As he tried to escape, the Punisher stabbed Stone, and as he was about to die alone in a sewer, this highly evolved symbiote slithered by and bonded with him. This particular symbiote is not to be taken lightly either. With its impressive century-long evolution into a far more superior being, he has poisonous blood and can manipulate its host molecules into a malleable liquid for shapeshifting. Number 2. Agony. Going back to the Life Foundation I mentioned before, I can't leave out this terrifying symbiote. Also known as Leslie Ghaznaria, a former mercenary, she was one of the 5 people used in the superhuman police force for the Life Foundation's protection. Agony isn't just her name, it also describes what will happen to anyone who opposes this scary symbiote. With bright purple hair, razor-sharp claws, fang-like teeth, and the ability to spit acid, this symbiote is not to be messed with. Although her full potential was never fully realized, she was killed because the symbiote scream deemed her to be inherently evil. Once the symbiote was detached from its host, however, it too became part of the monster that is hybrid. Number 1. Phage. With its orange and black coloring, this symbiote couldn't be more perfect for Halloween. Phage was also one of the special symbiote police force meant for the Life Foundation. Its host was Karl Mach, another very skilled mercenary that worked at the Life Foundation and volunteered for this program. His brooding confidence to proclaim himself the leader of the superhuman police shows just how scary he can be. He's also known for transforming his body into knives, and even had blades on his back, much like Carnage. And that has been the top 10 scariest symbiotes part 2. If you want to see more videos like this, just click the playlist on the screen. You can also go back and watch part 1 if you want to see that as well. As always, to stay up to date with all of our new videos, make sure you're subscribed. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. Also, let us know down in the comments which symbiote you found to be the scariest. From Top 10 Nerd, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.